Hey, Michael with XForcePC here. I want to talk to you about a problem that you might see happen from time to time. This is a plane I've downloaded from the internet, and for artistic reasons, the author has chosen when we pick forwards with nothing up here or forwards with scenery only, we still see the cockpit. They're using it as an additional view. So for me personally, when I tell X-Plane I want forwards with scenery only, that's what I want. I want scenery only. As you see, we're running a quad screen system here. We have our scenery up here, and we have our cockpit down here. So we really don't want all this junk on the screen because we have our instruments down here. And again, I would normally set this to forwards with scenery only, and all we would see is scenery, but the person who wrote this plane decided, for whatever reason, that that's not what they wanted. So what we have to do is we have to go into Plane Maker and uncheck a couple of boxes. Now I'm running 2 copies of X-Plane here, so I have to go into both copies of X-Plane. I'm using 1 copy of X-Plane to draw my instruments and 1 to draw my scenery. So I'm going into the first one, and I'm going to run Plane Maker, and I'm going to file and open the plane that we were flying, which was a Piper Seminole. And I'm going to go to the Standard menu, Viewpoint, go to the second tab that's called View, making sure you can see that. And then these 2 checkboxes are normally unchecked. Those make the that makes the panel be drawn when you're on forwards with nothing or forwards with scenery only. And so you uncheck those 2 boxes and then close that and then file and quit and hit save. So we save the plane. All we did was go uncheck those 2 boxes. Now I'm going to my other copy of X-Plane. I'm going to open up Plane Maker, and I'm going to edit the same exact plane, but in my other copy of X-Plane, and that was the Piper Seminole. And I'm going to go again to the Standard menu, Viewpoint, go over to the View tab, and I'm going to uncheck these 2 boxes here for 2D no panel views. I do not want to see the cockpit, and I do not want to see the aircraft structure. And then I file and quit and save that plane. Alright, and now we're going to open up our 2 copies of X-Plane again. Please bear with me, this will take a minute or 2 because, as you know, X-Plane has a somewhat lengthy opening process, and we've got to do it twice. So hum the Jeopardy theme while you wait for these 2 copies of X-Plane to open. And I know I could edit this in Adobe Premiere, but we're being informal here, and I'm being lazy, I guess. Alright, so I got my 1 copy of X-Plane open, and it's on, down here doing my instruments. I'm going to open up my other copy of X-Plane, which is going to do my scenery. And what we should see is nothing but scenery up here, not see that cockpit anymore. Got my fingers crossed. This is my second take. On my first take, I edited the wrong plane, so crossing my fingers I didn't mess that up again. And again, this applies to anyone that's, has their instruments being displayed on a separate computer or separate display hooked to the same computer. This would be important to someone if they're running a really big simulator, running 4 or 5 computers networked with X-Plane. It'd be pretty frustrating if your external view ones still had the cockpit being drawn on them. So as you can see now, in this same plane that we were in a minute ago, we don't see the cockpit anymore. We don't see all the pillars and so forth, and all we see is scenery only. So that is how you fix or modify your plane to not show anything but scenery when you choose the forwards with scenery only view. I hope that helps you out.